So Boom is playing this game also, and he was telling me that he had to actually get another pump in order to extend it, which that doesn't make any sense. We shouldn't have to do that. What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining us again for another episode of Gold Rush the Game. So, a couple things have changed since the last time we did an episode. Let me back away from the generator a little bit since it's so noisy. But we have been digging a lot, as you can see. We started digging this hole over here, and then we slowly made our way back towards the wash plant. And in the process, we started digging out all this right here. So we have a good bit of ground dug out, and we had enough gold from digging in that area that we got a little over 3K. I'm sorry, we actually got like a little over 4 or 5K, and we wound up buying this guy right here. So this here is a wash table, and the way that works, it's supposed to replace us having to pan everything, which would be amazing if that is the case. Because even though we had all this equipment, we were still having to pan everything, and that was a pain in the butt. Had to sit there and go through all that. So that should speed up that part of the process. Now we have been mining away, excavating away, however you want to put it, and we've got 6 buckets of product right over here right now. So we need to go ahead and get these guys cleaned up. So we'll start our magnetite table. Pick that eye up. Throw him in there. Alright. And get our material here. Alright, that was done. So let's grab this guy. And we'll stack it by our new table here, and we'll grab the empty bucket, and we'll just repeat the process on this here until we get all 6 of these buckets filtered, and then we'll start putting it on a table and see how much gold we've gotten out of 6 buckets of product. Oh, come here, get out of there. That's 2. But yeah, I mean, it's just been steady mining. I think I filled up the last 4 of these buckets. Took a little less than 30-40 minutes to fill up with the excavator, being that close to the wash plant. Before, I was having to trek a little distance from that one hole to the wash plant, so it was taking about a half hour or more to do 2 of them. About a half hour to do 2 of them, and I was able to do about double that without having to move around as much, with the excavator being right next to the wash plant. So that is something we'll probably have to do, is just move the wash plant closer to the excavator the further we go out, in order to help with that time factor. Almost done? Yep. And a lot of these buckets are either like 90-something% full or 100% full, so we're not losing a ton of product. Doesn't look like doing this. Oh, that one bucket's 100% full. Let's do that like this. Do that right there. I don't know what we can do with this. That should be crud, basically. Boom. This should be all crud. It shouldn't be any good. Let's take a look real quick. We'll do a quick test on the panning system. But it's going to be hard to see because it's so dark, but there shouldn't be anything at all worth keeping. I don't believe. Oh, Oh, no, they got a little bit of something in there. We're gonna have to filter all that. I'm glad I didn't get rid of it. It's not much in there, but definitely gonna have to filter it. Might just be one speck of gold. That might be all it is, but still, that's better than nothing. They had some updates to the game, so yeah, that was 0.02 ounces of gold right there. They've had some updates to the game, and some things have changed. Not really changed, but just improved a little bit. So let's go ahead and let's do this. Let's turn this guy off. Alright, and we need to hook up power to our generator. Actually, from our generator to our wash table. Like that. So that guy's powered now. And then the last thing we need to do is hook up the pump. So let's see, this guy right here, this guy like that. Now we should be good on water and power. Should be. Alright, let's see if I don't want to get my buckets over. That's my switch. Yep, there we go, got power. So I'm just kind of curious. This is the crap that was supposed to be crap, at least. Let's go ahead and throw that in there. See how much gold we actually might get out of that. It should go straight into my inventory when it's done. There we go. That's the empty bucket. Done processing soil. So we didn't get nothing but that one nugget. So I guess it is working like it should. And not much of anything going into our inventory. Now this is one of our good buckets. So as you can see, our gold's going up in the right corner. So that bucket, we got a ½ ounce already. To almost 3/4 of an ounce. So I got 0.86. And this is a whole lot faster than having to do this by panning. So I'm really happy with this. This is going to make it a lot speedier processing. So these 6 buckets, if I can get at least 5, I was hoping for 6 ounces, but I mean, I guess 5 would be okay. We got an ounce out of that bucket. You seen that? We're right about an ounce. Because that'll be roughly about an hour's worth of work with the new excavator system. We get 6 ounces, that'll be awesome. Now, getting close to 3. Okay. So we're at a little over 2.5 with 3 buckets to go. So 2.5 when 3 buckets puts us on track for at least 5 ounces. Okay. So it looks like we're getting right around like 0.8, 0.9 ounces a bucket on the gold at the moment, the way it's looking. I like gold sparkling in there. So that looks pretty cool. Alright, so as long as we get at least 0.7 out of this guy, we'll have 5 ounces in an hour. So that's not too bad. 5 ounces in an hour. So it's a little over 50-something thousand in gold. $50-something thousand in gold. And there we go, 5 ounces. 5.1. That was a good bucket, almost 5.2 ounces. So 5.189 ounces, or 1.8, yeah, 88. 5.188 ounces because we had the 0.002 ounce from the trash. But in an hour's worth of work. So not too bad. If we look at gold prices right now, like I said, I want to say last time I turned it in, it was just a hair under 1,200 per ounce. Run back over here. Let's see what we're looking at right now. What's that? 11.90 per ounce. It's at a high point right now. Let me go turn that in real quick because it's been tracking low and it just popped up recently. I might go turn that in real fast. Get me some monies. So 5 ounces at how much is that? Let's shut everything down. We're gonna have to move the plant further in to speed this up a little bit more. And to do that, we're probably gonna have to rework our system here. We can do extensions. The generator and everything can stay here. We can do extensions for power. It's the water that seems to be the issue. Let's go turn this in. We should get a little over $5,000, roughly, by the time we come on, parking brakes off. There we go. By the time we take out what we lose in the smelting process and paying the guy. So let's go see how much money we can get real fast. So I'm gonna drive to town, get to the blacksmith, and then I'll be back. Alright, so we're back. We're back at the blacksmith, and let's go ahead and smell what we got here. So we'll lose a ½ ounce. Alright. Blink. Nope. Did it last time. That happened to me last time. It was on the edge. Actually, I lost it on the ground right there. There we go. Alright, let's drive to the bank. Or we'll go sell it. I've been playing around with a different view. I've actually grown to like this third view. Initially I set up for this view here, which kind of makes it kind of solid. And as you back up, it would change camera angles and whatnot. See, we're backing up. It's not changing camera angles. It's supposed to change camera angles, but you can't rotate the camera at all with the mouse. But I've been liking this third view. I can kind of rotate the camera, and it's been helping with just movement in general. Alright, let's see. Sell bars. Alright, so we're at 11.91. Alright, good. So $26.94. Let's sell. $26.94 at $88.76. So just a hair under $5,200. Right? Or $6,200. 26. We're at 88. Yeah, it's 6,200. Okay. So just a hair under 6,200. Anything else? No. Now I want to go to the oops, there we go. I want to go to the warehouse and see if I can get another hose, possibly, because I have electrical extensions, but I have to park the truck. Starting to roll away. I have electrical extensions at the base. I bought those. I say base, at the wave table jets. Okay, I guess you could break them. Yeah, that's this guy. Draw a lot of hose thin. Okay, okay. What do you got? But I want to extend the red hoses. Is what I want to do. See, I've got these for the electricals, but I got one of those, and I've got one of these back at the thing, so I can use that to extend the power. But I need something to extend the water. That's teeth. That's that. So Boom is playing this game also, and he was telling me that he had to actually get another pump in order to extend it, which that doesn't make any sense. We shouldn't have to do that. We should be able to extend this hose, especially this hose. I mean, that's what those hoses are designed to do. It's just where you can hook up multiple hoses. Because buying another small pump, it's going to be more gasoline being burned. That's going to suck if that's the case. Because we definitely have to get water into further in if we're going to do that, what we talked about doing. I mean, we could just not go that route, but we burn so much time driving back and forth with the excavator. I don't see any other way if we truly want to extend this thing. Because we're not in any other point as far as and I probably need one of these. Do I need one? Trying to think how many I got the base, if I have any or not. I'm gonna buy one just in case. Don't need any hydraulic hoses yet. It'd be nice if there was just an extension to where, or a coupling or something that we could hook these up to and extend that big guy, but there isn't. So actually, yeah, we will need one of these, I think, in order, or do I have one at the base? I think I got one at the base. No, I don't have one at the base. I have one of the big blue cables. Okay. Well, let's just go ahead and bring this back, and then we can work on that setup. So I'm gonna get this stuff back to the base, and then we'll work on, I guess, moving the mobile wash plant further in the center of the claim. That way I can keep the excavator close by and start digging into some deeper soil and whatnot. So, but I'll be back in a sec. Alright, so we're back. We did some tinkering around and we moved some things, and it looks like we are now ready for the new operation since we moved the machine. So we went ahead and moved the wavetable and this guy over here, and moved the generator and one pump over this way. That pump then feeds a pump that's way out there And believe it or not, this electrical cord actually went all the way to the wash plant. So we're going to go ahead and fire this bad boy up. And let's go out there and move this guy closer to a wash plant and see how we're going to have it set up now that we moved everything. The reason why I moved it is for this issue right here. See, we're having some issues with this slope since we dug it out, and the excavator is acting kind of funky and not wanting to operate or move that efficiently. So that was our fault. We initially dug over in that far right region for that reason, because we didn't want to mess up the slope. But then we got lazy and wanted to get closer to the wash plant, and in the process we messed up the slope. So now we're going to go ahead and start digging some of this deeper area all around the wash plant, leaving us enough room that we can hook up our truck when we want to move it, and it won't be too much of an issue. So what we'll probably do is dig this whole side behind us, and that way we can slowly rotate the wash plant around that way as needed. Now the sound's glitching on the game. That's one of the unfortunate bugs. That's a pain in the butt, but hopefully it stops here in a second. That's what that popping noise is. Come on. But now that we're out here, this guy's running. So you see we got the pump over there feeding this pump. Then we got our water hose. The water hose won't reach the length like that power cord will. So we're almost forced to run this second pump in order to get the water way out here. But now we're in this area, and I'm hoping that this area here is better ground. So let's go ahead and let's start seeing how deep this is. There we go. We'll rotate around. Suck it in a little bit. Alright, so we're good there. It's still popping, that sound is. Let me go ahead and do this real quick since the sound's popping and it's annoying. Let's go ahead and turn that down. I don't know if it's music or if it's effects or what, but something's popping and it's pretty annoying. Here we go. So now we should be able to do our little dance here. We kind of need to back up here. Nope, go that way a little bit. That way we can just rotate around. There we go. That's better. So, kind of want to dig straight down to get an idea of about how deep this is. It's still popping, that noise and whatnot. Are we missing? I don't want to miss. But we could tighten this up just a hair. Yeah, it's still popping. That's so annoying. Let's go sound effects. Let's do that. And that's very faint now, at least. So let's see. Still digging. Still going down. It is dark. Tell you what, I'm gonna go run over there and sleep real quick because it is really dark outside. We'll let everything run. I'm not worried about it. We got plenty of fuel. So let's run over here. We'll sleep. We'll get daylight. That way it's a little bit easier to see. Because dark time is a little bit dark. Even though it's not pitch black, it's still kind of dark. So let's just go to dawn. There we go. Alright. And we'll grab our truck while we're there. I shouldn't have used too much gas. I don't think the game's going to hurt me. By me sleeping. We're looking at 89. It didn't act like we were running all night, even though we were sleeping. So let's go this way. And this is so that when we need to, we can move the wash plant. So, all right. Alright, let's see. Dig. Still haven't hit any rocks yet, which is good. Because if this is pretty deep, we'll be able to dig a lot of dirt without having to move too much. Which would be awesome. It'd be really awesome. Be able to go through a lot of pay dirt without having to move around. Which would help us in the long run because we don't have to move as much. Alright. Still going down. Yeah, it's going to be a big hole. It's going to be a pretty deep hole. I like it. Oops. There we go. Getting good buckets too. We're getting about 60% buckets there. So we're getting good full buckets while we're doing this. I think the highest I've gotten is about 70% full in the machine. And that was almost 70. That was a really good bucket. So we're going to rinse and repeat this. Hopefully, eventually, get down to a bottom somewhere. I'm just kind of curious as to how deep it is. But I'd like to run a bucket and see how rich this soil is too. So we're at 70%. So once we get 100% on that bucket, the white bucket, I think we'll bring it over to the separator and the wash table. Try to get an idea of how much gold we're getting here. There we go. We're at 80%. So it'll be close to 90 by the time that's done. So before in the other area we were getting, I want to say it was like 0.7, 0.8 ounces a bucket, it seemed like, of gold. So we'll see if we can get close to that in this area. That'll put us in the 90s. We're gonna make it a good 100%. Just got to be careful when we dump. We don't want to dump and overfill the bucket, because then we're just losing product at that point. Let's see. Yeah, we're at 95. So. Alright, let's go ahead and shut that down. 98, 99. No, that's actually good right there. At 99%. So, take that out. Who are you? You got dirt in that bucket. I don't know what you're from. Anyway, this is the guy we want. Let's just run it back. This won't take long. I have to figure out what's in that bucket. It might be the dirt that was in here when we were sifting last time, because I did just move buckets around. Alright. Oh, crud. Start. There we go. Forgot to start it. Alright, we're good. We're done there. Alright, we do need to supply power to this thing. It's got its own water source, but still don't have its own power source yet. Keep it hooked up all the time. Alright, and there we go. Oh, I must have left it on last time. Alright, let's see how much gold we're getting in that bucket right there. Point 0.3, 0.4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so 0.7, 0.8, almost 0.9. That's pretty good. So we're in a pretty good area. We're getting decent amount of gold out of that area there. Just as good, if not a little bit better, than where we were before. So I guess that's a good thing. We turned everything off here? Yeah, we did. So, but that's going to be it for today, guys. So we moved the setup. Like I said, the reasons why being that this made it a little bit too unstable for us to keep going to our wash plant. And we really wanted to be around our wash plant, but the way that is over there, it just made it too much of a hazard. So we're going to go ahead and operate out here now. And this hole is fairly deep, and we're still not at the bottom. So that's a good sign. So there's going to be a lot of dirt that we can move. If it's as deep as that pit there, yeah, we'll be able to move a ton of dirt without having to move the wash plant anytime soon. And that'll be the goal. Get as much out of this area as we can without having to move this as little as possible. So, but yeah, that's going to be it, guys. So wrap up the episode there. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. If you did, smash the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Feel free to share the video as you see fit. And as always, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.